Hey guys, welcome to Amanda's Favorites. Today is the Laurel Denise 2025 launch video. I have every single cover here to share with you guys. So if you are trying to debate between a cover, this video is going to help you. We're also going to talk about every layout available. I have every layout available. I have new pen pouches, the new sticky notes, a couple of new washi and other accessories. I am so excited to share this video with you. I want to mention that Laurel Denise planners launch tomorrow, September 4th at 12 p.m. Eastern. What a fun night. Go check out her website. Start deciding what you might want to get. We are going to unbox one of the planners together here. I have not opened any of them yet. Also, I just want to remind you, I have an ongoing 10% off code with Laurel Denise, so do not make a purchase there anytime throughout the year without using my code Amanda's Favorites. I also have an affiliate link, and by clicking to her site through my affiliate link, you are supporting my channel and making these videos more than you know. All right, guys, every single launch for Laurel Denise, they do a new box based on their designs for that launch. That just feels so special. I feel like I should have saved a box from every launch, but I guess I could start from here on out. Let's open it. I love her pop of hot pink. I love this blue color and these florals, which Nance on their team designs all these patterns, and they are just so beautiful and vintagey, and we all love them. And you guys, look at this, the mustard tissue paper. You guys, mustard, hot pink, and navy blue. Throw rust in there for me. Those are all my favorite colors. So I'm loving this vibe. I love they do different new little cards for every launch too. I save my little cards because that's just so fun. And they're always stuck on there with a hot pink dot. I am loving this tissue paper, you guys. I'm saving it. I love mustard yellow. Okay, I purposefully looked on the side of the box and picked one of my favorite covers, which I'm going to be using next year to unbox. But this is exactly how your planner will come. Big news this year, you guys. The Laurel Denise label was moved to the back. I mean, I think I like that, but it was always, up front, right? But I love this mustard color and this design. Nancy, I love this. Way to go on these designs. Okay, we're going to get into every cover I have, every planner layout, so stay tuned with me. All right, guys, we are going to jump straight away into this video now. I have a lot to share with you in this review, but it is really exciting. So let's do this. We're going to start with sticky notes and the horizontals. Now, here's some info I want to run through with you just starting out, is that they have changed the way they are doing their covers. So there used to be just certain cover patterns only made for horizontal and certain cover patterns only made for vertical. This launch, 2025, this year, they have completely changed that, which is really exciting. I think most people are going to love this change. Your covers will now come in the exact same patterns or solid covers for horizontal and vertical. So you will not have to say, oh, I need horizontal, but I love this cover in vertical. You will not have to worry about that and have that pain in your heart anymore. There are 7 covers available in each. You know what? We'll just run through those covers first. This is their new sticky notebook, in case you're wondering what this is. All right, here are all the covers that are available in the horizontal and vertical 9x12 planners, which are the ones we're going to go over first. So we have my very favorite, personal favorite, Sunny Days. The cool thing about Laurel Denise are the inside patterns. We will look at the inside pattern as we look at each planner. But this is Sunny Days, and then we have Twilight, then we have Frolic, Kenwood, Lane, Midnight, and then the Evergreen. And here is a new change to these solid cover covers. You guys may not be able to see this on screen, but they now have a texture to them, and I really love them. And the other big change, the label, instead of the box being on the front middle and being a little smaller, it's been moved to the back bottom, and it's a little bigger. So those are some of the changes right off. We'll talk about some of the changes inside. I love the texture on this cover. It's also going to help like fingerprints if you have like oils on your hands and whatnot from not showing up on here. So the Evergreen, the Midnight, and the Twilight, which is in navy blue, are your solid covers. The print covers don't have that texture. I just messed up the name of 2 covers. I left out Twilight. This is your beautiful Twilight pattern, and your navy is called Ocean Breeze. So you have 3 solid covers, and then you have 4 print covers available in your horizontal and your vertical. Sunny Days, Frolic, Kenwood Lane, which is really cool. That is Laurel Denise's street she grew up on, she said, and she named this cover Kenwood Lane. And then Twilight. All right, and these are the 2 covers that I have in the horizontal, but all those 7 covers are available in the horizontal. So I just want to show you the inside of this, and then we'll go over the horizontal layout. The inside of your Ocean Breeze, which is your navy, is just plain. So that if you need a professional look, if you prefer just a plain solid colored book without a pattern, there are no patterns in here, which means if you want to stick, some amazing stickers all over the front to make it your own and decorate it in that way, you could. But also you can just go with it being plain and professional and very streamlined. So we will go over the horizontal layout in this other Sunny Days one. We'll be doing in a pen test, and I think a vertical one later is where we're going to do a pen test. But that is it's a really beautiful dark navy is your Ocean Breeze. So I actually use the horizontal myself for my content planning, and I have for over a year now, and I absolutely love to see my month and my week at the same time for content planning. And I am picking this Sunny Days cover, the mustard yellow with the light blue. Mustard yellow is just one of my favorite colors. All of their coils are kind of this vintagey brass looking color. I think it goes great with their covers, and this is the inside of your Sunny Days. I love how there are coordinating patterns on the inside because I always say covers sell planners, but what I see the most on my planner is actually this little strip here. So actually the inside pocket on the Laurel Denise is what I see the most from my cover because mine is always folded over on an acrylic easel up on my desk so that I can see that month of content and that week of content planning there. While we are here, let's look at the horizontal weekly layout. You get to pick a Monday or Sunday start in every single one of the Laurel Denise planners. Whichever start you pick, it will be the exact same on the monthly and the weekly. So if you pick Monday start, it's the same on both. If you pick Sunday start, it's the same on both. So this is a Monday start. You have Monday starting your week and you end on a Sunday. And over here continues your week. So you get to divide this up however you wish for your to-do list and your appointments and your meal planning and where you might list your kids' activities. Here is your weekly to-do list, but I actually have seen people, they do all kinds of things, of course. Use the planner to make it serve you best. You can continue your line across here if you needed to, or how I've used this when I was using this for my weekly planner and not my content planner. I actually used this whole side for my weekly to-do list. I just ignored the days because I just liked more room for my to-do list than this. So think outside the box and be flexible and let your planner serve you the way you need it to. You have your previous month and your next month at a glance up here in a light gray. I like that they're in a light gray and not super dark up there. And you have your month up here and your coming in days from the last month and going out are in a light gray. I also like that differentiation. Your holidays are very small at the bottom of your monthly boxes here. And they are not repeated on your weekly over here. Because you can see your month at the same time, the holidays are not repeated there. Now, if you're someone who prefers a Monday start on your week, but you're used to a Sunday start on your monthly, something that helped my brain be able to learn to use the Monday start in this planner, and now I prefer it because I can't deal with a Sunday start on my week. And so I need Monday start in the Laurel Denise planner. And the way I've helped my brain deal with that is I will show you my content planner right here. I draw a box around every single weekend. So I pick a highlighter color for the month that works with whatever color I'm thinking of for that month. And I just outline the weekend. And when you're looking at the month that way, when nothing else is written on there before you get everything down, it really helps my brain to remember this is Saturday and Sunday. And so your Monday's here. So if you were used to a Sunday monthly, you might want to try that trick. And that trick is not anything I came up with. It's a trick actually a friend from my Patreon group shared with me. And FYI, this video was shared early with my patrons, as are many launch videos that can be shared early, as well as other personal videos. And a Zoom call every single month with me is recorded for those who can't attend and put up there too. We really get to be real friends in our Zoom calls there, and people have formed deep friendships there. That link is always down in the description, and there's no commitment. You can sign up for a month and you have automatic access to everything there to check it all out. So that is the basis of the Laurel Denise planner, that you get to see your month and your week at the same time. If you don't need this piece, you can leave this folded all the way over like I do with my content planner on the acrylic easel. If you need that piece, you can always just pop that out and you don't need to have the whole monthly page. So it doesn't take up so much room at your desk. This planner page size is 9 by 12. All those dimensions are up on the Laurel Denise site. They have done an amazing job of giving you a dimensions of every single box, every single square. Amazing work so that people don't have to wonder. So as you flip through your weeks of your month, this is the amazing thing. You get to see your weeks and your months right beside each other. It really is an awesome system. Then you have monthly habit trackers on the back here. You can track up to 7 habits for the month. That's such a great place to have that tucked in. Then you have a dot grid section here, and then you have a to-do this month with no dot grid. It's just blank and plain there. This can house your monthly goals, your monthly to-do list in different categories. People have put all kinds of charts up here and checklists for whatever job they have. It's just a great monthly section where you can also turn and be able to look at your weeks and your monthly list at the same time, and also not be copying your monthly list over so many times every week. You know, those things that we keep moving from week to week. It really is nice to have a monthly list here to turn to, but also be right in your face. That's the whole point of the Laurel Denise planners, is that you see everything at one glance. You see your month, you see your week, you see your monthly list and plans and habit tracking and to-do lists, all in one. Her tabbed pages are 100 pounds, you guys. They are cardstock with her cute little tabs on here, which are laminated. So every single monthly page is 100 pounds. These in between little, I call them half sheets, but they're not really half of your page, are 80 pounds. Amazing paper. I will share the pen test in the vertical planners. Let's look at the beginning of your planner before we get to what comes at the back. Every planner will come with 2 snap-in rulers with gold foiling on them. One of them says "You are here," and it has your actual ruler on there. They snap in and out really well. The other one is scalloped, so cute, and says "You are also here." So you get 2 rulers to pop into anywhere in your planner. You have a beautiful nameplate page. And then this is new this year in the Laurel Denise planners. There is a little welcome letter from Laurel here. And then this is a new page with your QR codes you can scan, how to get inspired to use the planner. This planner is so open-ended, which I love. There are not all these boxes to tick and telling you what to write where. There's a lot of open space. That is totally my jam, you guys. But some people want some direction and some ideas to be inspired. And so they have all these how to use our planner, their YouTube channel, the Laurel Denise Facebook group, her Instagram community, trying out their sticky note move-in method. And remember, there is no perfect in planning. Yes, 100%. If you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know how much I believe in that. Then you have your 2025 holidays here. And then you have, at a glance, your 12 months. There are 2 little boxes, and one says really lightly goals, and one says things to remember. But use these boxes however they work best for you. It's right under the monthly, which I love because you could note anything there. If it wasn't goals, maybe it's appointments that month. Maybe it's days off school or a trip you're taking, and you can highlight those ahead of time. So you have your January through June on this side and your July through December. And then you have special dates and events. So just some notes room here. And then you go straight into your first month. So as you flip, all your months open exactly to your month. And of course, your week is there too. At the back, you have a tab that says notes. You have a big plan ahead section, and you have a 2026 year at a glance here for planning ahead, for school dates, for trips. I think this is a great section for if you went ahead and made that dentist appointment and you want to mark that on here and write it down to remember to put in your planner for next year. Then we have yearly wins and yearly lessons. I really want to make myself fill this out one year. I'm not good at keeping track of these type of things unless they're like right in front of my face. So I would do better if I tore out this page and had it like with my morning journaling, because then I might reflect like weekly on if I want to put anything in here. Because if I save it all till the end of the year, I just absolutely cannot remember what I would want to put on here. But I really do. I'm motivated to try to fill this out for 2025 because I think that would be really fun and also valuable to look back on at the end of the year. Then you have 4 graph grid pages and 4 dot grid pages at the back. And then you have books I'm reading, things I'm listening to, happy moments, gratitude, hobbies, ways I'm moving my body, I'm excited for, and I'm hopeful for. I also want to fill this out for 2025 because it's something that I would really like to look back on and also find valuable. So I like those prompts back there. And at the back, you get the same amazing huge pockets, okay, really well made and coated, and the same print in the back. Nothing is skimped on there. Some extras that I want to share that I didn't have in this launch box, but I've shared in other Laurel Denise videos. You guys, they have pop-in pages of all different kinds. Project planning pop-in pages. They have half weekly pages to pop into your monthly project planner, or if you have vertical and you just want to try horizontal, they have those pop-in pages. The edges are coated. I go over these in more depth in my last Laurel Denise video, which was the academic launch. So we'll pop that video link down in the description if you're interested in these insert pages and in her pop-in panels, which are really valuable and I've seen people use in such cool ways and I've played around with myself. Now, before we leave this horizontal planner and go into the vertical, I do want to touch on the sticky notes. They have revamped their sticky notes this year and I am so impressed with them already. I already use them in my content planner, as you saw when I pulled it out. I used their sticky notes from last year because they fit these boxes perfectly and they have saved my life with content planning. And that is not an exaggeration, from having to cut Post-it notes down to the right size. And they stick really well for me, my ones I had this year, but they said they have upped the sticky factor even more, and almost your entire sticky note has sticky on it now, just a small section of it doesn't, so they are even stickier. Here are your options with our sticky notes this year. First of all, the books themselves are works of art, and they are improved this year in that they flap over to now protect your sticky notes if you're sticking them in your bag or on the go. So they're protected. I love this design. This is genius and well needed. And now their sticky notes just come in. They've changed kind of what they call them and what they come in. They come in a 9x12 size, which is this planner, and they come in a 7x9 size, which is your mini planner. But that doesn't mean you can only use these in the mini. That's why I'm going to show it to you. And that doesn't mean you can only use these in the 9x12. It's just different sets. Also, they have a neutral and a colorful for each size. So your 7x9 size sticky notes, which they sent me in colorful, are $25. Your 9x12 sticky notes, which they sent me in neutral, are $28. So in each size, you get to pick colorful or neutral. And they have done a really good job on their website of showing you the sticky notes stuck in different planners under these listings. But let's stick a few on here and play with them so you can see them in this video. Don't forget, every time you shop at Laurel Denise, to use my code in the checkout box, Amanda's Favorites. It will take 10% off your entire order. And then when we get to the vertical planner, we'll play around with a few sticky notes in the vertical too. So this one is the 7x9. It comes with 19 notepads and 50 sheets each. So 950 sticky notes total. And like I said, this is the 7x9, so the smaller mini planner. But I have a feeling that if you wanted just smaller sticky notes for these boxes, they could work well on here. These are from the 7x9 set, and they actually work perfectly in the monthly boxes here too. This is from your bigger set, your 9x12 set, and they work perfectly in the monthly boxes too, while you can still see your date. So I know I will be using those next year for all my videos, which these are just so handy to have on your monthly boxes. There are other sticky notes on here, which will fit in the horizontal boxes. Like if you wanted to use this one here and this one here. So you can still see your date, but it's right under in the horizontal. And once again, those just came from the neutral 9x12 one. And if we want to, let's check out this green one in the horizontal. Yeah, this one also, well, it's a little bit big for the monthly box. So I wouldn't actually use the green for the monthly box. But it can also fit under the date in the horizontal and be able to see the date. So that is a really helpful one there. These list notepads and these will fit amazing here on your monthly pages. So if you want something that can be moved around from month to month, this sticks here great. If you need just, smaller lists and you want them, all over your monthly page, that's what these can be for. Honestly, I think these sticky notepads are just genius. They stick well. They are made so well. If you love them, I would pick them up in whatever is your favorite color in both sizes, colorful or neutral. But I would pick up both sizes because I think there's ones in each one that are useful in all the planners. So that is the sticky note set. Let's look at the vertical planner. Here are the two covers I have in the vertical. But like I said, it comes in all 7 colors. But this is the Frolic and the Kenwood Lane. Here is what the inside of your Frolic looks like. Blue with that beautiful, it's a very light motif, which I feel like most of them are a little bit darker colors. So if you like something lighter, this might be the Frolic, might be the one for you. And then Kenwood Lane, just love that she named it after the street that she grew up on. It's beautiful greens and blues. And look at the inside, carrying over that green. And I just love the pattern on each one, the pattern up on pattern. And when your planners open, like I said, that is what you are seeing. The pocket is what you are seeing the most when your planners open. So I'll try to show you each planner that way where you can see your edge there. And then we will look at the vertical layout. We won't have to walk through the planner again because we've already walked through the whole planner now and it's the same. There's the edge that you'll see though. And now we will take a look at the vertical layout and the pen test. And then we will be going through the project planner, the mini planners, and the portrait planners. And then we'll end with the pen pouches and the new simple monthly. You guys, there is so much good in this video. So much good in this launch. All right, and before we jump into the vertical, look how cute this little package is with the timed washi, which we're gonna try out in here. And it says, the tiny accessories from your order are in here. So don't throw this out before you open it. That is just the cutest sticker to wrap it with. I mean, everything with Laurel Denise is literally thought out so well. And I'm pretty sure that's Laurel's handwriting. This washi tape, it's 5 millimeters, and this one is spaced in half-hour increments. This one you get 3 rolls, and this is their brand new condensed time washi. I'll show you the difference. But this is the timed washi they've had before, and this is the condensed one, which Laurel made because I think it is the way that she's been using it in her planner, and I'm sure others have been wanting it too. I wanted to share how the washi works in here. This is your half-hour washi, so it lines up perfectly for every single line, and you get to start at whatever hour of the day works for you and let it end wherever works for you. If you're starting at 7 a.m., it can go until 9 p.m. And the condensed time washi can work well in a couple of different ways. If you need more hours in your day, so you need to go from, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., then you have the condensed time washi. Or it can work well just using it at the bottom of your page or at the top. Let's say you want your timeline on half the page, and then you want your room for your to-do list on the other half of the page. It also works extremely well in the portrait planner, which I will share with you. And you get 3 in a set, so that's going to be more than you need for the entire year, I am sure. So if you are looking at the vertical planner or the portrait planner and you're thinking you might want to play around with using it timed wise, you might want to pick up one of these timed washis. Here is a look at your vertical planner. One thing to note is these lines are a little bit darker than they were last year. They were having, I didn't have an issue with this, but some inconsistency where the lines were so light that some of them were looking like little dashes, and others were looking like lines, and they wanted to get to a consistent look with that. So your lines are a little bit darker on these vertical pages, but they match up perfectly, the ink color with the color on your monthly layout here. This once again is a Monday start, but you can choose a Sunday start. On your vertical, you have Monday through Thursday on the left. You have Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the right. You have this nice big box up top, which I've seen people use for all different things. Think about putting your dinner there, your workout there, the one big thing you want to get done that day. It could be just your appointments that day up there. So they're up top. And then your to-do list down here, you could divide the page by your work and your home to-do list. There's just so many ways to do it. Your little to-do list for the week can go here. And that is how your vertical looks different from your horizontal, in that you're going vertically and you can use it timed with the timed washi or not use it timed. But everything else in the planner is the same. This is just a quick little look at the line color difference in case you are a previous Laurel Denise user. So the lines that go horizontally here used to be really light, And now they've changed to just be consistently the same color as your vertical lines and as your monthly box lines and everything. So now everything is consistent all the way across instead of the lines being really light there. So I just want to make sure you can see that if you are a previous Laurel Denise user or if you're not and you're wondering about that. All right, here's our pen test on her 80-pound paper. Let's talk about the paper for a minute if you're new to Laurel Denise. Her paper is smooth, but not slick at all. So it doesn't have any extreme tooth to it, but I wouldn't call it like an extra smooth or anywhere near slick. It just really takes all pen well. And this page, your monthly, is, like I said, 100 pounds, you guys. It is cardstock and nothing is getting through there unless you use like a Sharpie marker. And even then, you'll be able to barely see it. You know what? In fact, we will do that. And this is the marker, the fine point. So first, let's look at that 100 pound. Look, you can't even see the Sharpie marker through there. You cannot see it. It's right there. Boom. Look at that. The Sharpie marker. I'm telling you, these 100-pound pages are just amazing. You could write on it with Sharpie and you're not going to see it. On your 80-pound paper, your half sheets, I did everything from a bright, dark Papermate Flare to a dark, bright mild liner, really inky Sharpie S gels, even a fountain pen. So I've tested everything, and look at this 80-pound paper. It absolutely looks like nothing was written on it. It's all right there on those two columns. And you cannot see a thing coming through. I don't even really see any ghosting. So you can write all over these weekly pages, and when you turn them, nothing is going to show up and look like your week is already messy when you're starting in it. Okay, that was a fun pen test because I actually have never tried the Sharpie marker on this 100-pound paper, but I just had a feeling that it would do that well. Let's try a few sticky notes on the vertical columns here before we leave. So this is your 9x12 set here, and they have made these little dudes fit perfectly between two lines. Look at that. And if you wanted something bigger, then you have this dude, which takes up 4 lines. Okay, that one goes over a little. So it's probably actually meant to be used this way. Yes. And that would take up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines that way. And this one probably takes up even more. Yes. So 6 lines. So like your 9x12 planner pack, like I said, is for vertical or horizontal. There is no separate vertical or horizontal. This one's a little bit wide for there. And once again, we've already tried everything in those boxes. And so there are some that will fit in your vertical columns. Now this is your 7x9 little book. Let's see about these, how they fit in here. They don't take up exactly the line spacing because they're made for the 7x9, the mini planners, but they still work really well in there as well as the column width, and these fit exactly the column width. That's why I said, like I said, you might want to grab one of each book in whatever colors are your favorite, because the 9x12 and the 7x9 both work in these planners in different spots, and that one fits perfect too. So perfect. There's a few sticky notes in there. All right, let's take a look at the 3 covers that I have in project planners. I have all 3 covers they come in. So this is where the changes of the covers come in. Like I said, your horizontal and vertical planners have all 7 of those covers in horizontal and vertical. Project planner is a completely different planner, and it comes in 3 covers of its own. This first one is called Honeybee. You know I love my mustard, and that blue on there with it. And look at the inside of Honeybee. Stunning, in my opinion. Absolutely stunning. And that is what you're going to see when your project planner is open. This one is Hide and Seek. I think Laurel said this was her favorite of the project planners and her pick. Hide and Seek, such a fun cover name. And that's your inside. That is what you're going to see when you're writing in this planner all year long. There's your edge. And then we have the Midnight. I love this for a professional look with this new cover that has that texture to it. Such a great upgrade to these covers. And that is just going to be your black carried over inside. It's a really good matte black. So if you want it to be more understated or professional, those are the 3 covers that come in the project planners. And now we are going to walk through the project planner. Let's do the Honeybee, because you guys know I can't get away from the mustard yellow. Your project planner also comes with the 2 rulers. You start out with a nameplate page. You have the same welcome letter, the same QR codes to scan. Everything up front is the same. Your year at a glance, your holidays, special dates, and events. Now here is where the difference comes in. Your project planner is just one really big monthly spread taking up that whole left page, no weekly pages in the project planner. And then you just have 4 columns with dot grid with headers up here. So you could make this like your 4 weeks of the month. If there was like a 5th week, you could divide it. You could make this 4 different areas of your life you're working on. This could be your goal planner or your wellness planner. I'm actually trying to decide if I want to switch my wellness planner next year to a project planner. I'm in a vertical this year. I share my own personal planning in quarterly planner stack updates, and I have a whole playlist devoted to that for 2025. We'll link that down in the description too if you're interested in my own personal planning. But I think this would make a stellar wellness planner or project planner as they call it, because now they've added back in your daily habit trackers here. So daily habits for a month here, as well as all those columns for goals or wellness things or projects. Or this could be the big family planner in the kitchen. It could be for meal planning. This could be a good content planner too if you don't need those weekly layouts and you just need the big monthly map. I think there are so many great uses for this planner. And since there are no half sheets, all these pages are the 100-pound like cardstock paper, you guys. So this is, I think I'm going to try out a project for my monthly next year. And if it doesn't work out, I can always switch back to the weekly vertical. I think I might want to give it a try. I love the bigger boxes because I track a lot of wellness things, color coding it, like sleep and everything that I'm focusing on right now and things that I'm working through with my health in the monthly boxes. So I love those huge monthly boxes. You get your holidays down there in a light gray. You once again get to pick a Sunday or a Monday start. This is your Sunday start, but you don't have the weekly pages to match up with it. You do have going in and coming out in the light gray. So everything the same about the smaller calendars in your weekly planners are just, it's made bigger for the whole page in this project planner, the whole 9x12. You have your previous month and your next month up there, but then you have a big space where you could have a quote, you could have washi tape, you could have goals, it could be stickers or decoration, and you just go through your months. Now, at the end of the project planner, let's take a look. You have your 2026 plan ahead, all on one page, year at a glance, the same as in the weeklies. You have yearly wins and yearly lessons, the same. Now, these are extra pages that are only in your project planner. You have a whole yearly plan here, you guys. Here are your months of the year, January through December. And then you're seeing this every day of the month is up here for a big, massive yearly plan for anything you need to use this for. I would love to hear you guys' ideas on how you would use this page. Then they have the project planning pages in here where you have 2 projects per page. So it's project, the tasks associated with that project. So it could also be for goals. And this would make a great goal planner because you're basically, the project could be a goal and you are breaking that down into action steps instead of tasks. Or sometimes, goal action steps are tasks. And so breaking it down, and then you have the days of the month here is how I'm thinking of it. And you're basically planning out maybe when those tasks get done, or maybe highlighting what days are you going to be working on those tasks. Let me know if you would use this in a different way. I would love to hear your ideas in the comments. And then the notes section down here. So you have 2 per page and you have 6 total pages of that. So that means you have 12 projects or goals outlined there. Then you have some other project planning pages, a project name, due date, contacts, just a big amount of blank space for you to do mind map, mind webs, lists, whatever helps you with that project or actually writing things out for it, tasks for that project. And then you have it outlined into a 2-week chunk here. You have 2 weeks to get those tasks done and check them off. And you have 6 of those pages and 1 project per page. So 2 different ways to keep track of projects or goals. Then you have this big checklist here, kind of like a teacher, like anything that you would need to make a checklist for. This could be like books you're reading. It could be books you're reading with your kids. It could be things associated with your job. It could be things associated with content planning, like a video I'm working on, and then every single step that needs to go until that video is done, checking it off one at a time. We actually do that on our Google Docs for my videos, Pierce and I together, so we can coordinate each step because we're each doing different steps for the video and see what's done. I'd also love to hear ideas on how you would use these checklist pages. You have 6 of those checklist pages. Then you have some nice graph grid. I love the Laurel Denise graph grid because it's not too tiny and it's very light lines. I love graph grid that is light lines like this. You have 4 graph grid pages, and I'm guessing 4 dot grid. Yep. Pages 2, really light, nice dot grid. And then at the end, the same sheet you have at the end of your other planners, books you're reading, things you're listening to, the happy moments, all that we went over before. Your cover carries over. I know they sell project planning insert pages. I'm not sure if they sell both of these different project planning insert pages, but definitely if you're interested in these pages and possibly adding them to, the weekly vertical or horizontal planner, you can check on their inserts page and see what they offer. So that is your project planner. All right, we are going to go into the mini planners. Comes in vertical and horizontal weekly. Real quickly, we'll go through those because it's basically the same as your 9x12, but it is mini, you guys. It is 7x9. So it's like a 7x9 planner, okay? But imagine it's turned this way instead. So instead of being a portrait 7x9 planner, it is a landscape of a 7x9 planner, but it is 7x9. It just feels very different having the coil on this side and being landscape. But this is the difference between their 9x12 and their 7x9 in their weekly planners. And then I also want to show you, here is their portrait planner, which we'll get into after the minis. The portrait planner is basically, the cover is like 9x11. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller than your 9x12 planner. It's the same height, but like 1 inch shorter. And this is how the mini planner lines up with that. So this is their normal weekly original planner, horizontal and vertical. Their mini, horizontal and vertical. Their portrait planner, which is a completely different design inside. If you haven't seen it, you've got to stick around and see it. And then the mini planner. So we're going to go over those. Then we have their new, they brought back their simple monthly planner. Highly requested to bring this back. And 2 of my very favorite items from them. I already have 2 of these pen pouches in past designs. I have 1 of these pen pouches in a past design. And honestly, you guys, with all the pen pouches I had, if I had to pick my very favorite, it's the Laurel Denise pen pouches, hands down, out of all the pen pouches I own. So we're going to get into those too. And then that will wrap us up. All right, your mini planners come in a couple of the covers that your bigger horizontal and vertical came in. The minis come in these 4 covers. Okay, you have the Twilight, you have the Evergreen, you have the Kenwood, and you have the Sunny Days. Then you get to choose horizontal or vertical, and you get to pick Sunday or Monday start. Let's go through this in the Twilight cover. So this is our first look at this cover at the inside. Look at the inside. I love that there. That's what your planner is going to look like when it's opened. That's what you're going to see the most when it's folded over and you are looking at your week there. You are going to see that on your cover. So everything up front is the same about this planner. It is just mini, and all the dimensions are on their site for these planners. Now, you are going to be wanting to use like a 0.3 or 0.38 pen probably in these little boxes. I will go ahead and just write something in one of these boxes so you can get an idea. I don't know why I wrote that on a Saturday. I really wasn't looking at the day of the week. But I wanted you to get an idea about what you can fit in those boxes. You can definitely easily fit 2 appointments, even if you're not a teeny tiny writer like me. Like I could definitely be like car in 4 p.m. and fit that in there. And if I was writing smaller, I could definitely fit 3 appointments. So it's really up to you to think about, how small you can write. But these lines are the same width. You just have less of the lines in the vertical. So they're not like teeny tiny squishy lines to try to squish you in. And it really is such a cute, compact planner size. You get habit trackers, you just have less. So you have 6 habit trackers. You still have your dot grid and your to-do list for the month. So the exact same layouts, but in a mini size. And I know a lot of people that have used these. This would also be a good wellness planner or goal planner if you didn't need a whole lot of room. I know people who have used these for even like tracking their scripture reading and journaling, for tracking daily gratitudes in the horizontal, or just daily journaling in the horizontal. It's so tiny. You can write one little event from every day on here and see how your month adds up. Or you could do mood tracking every day on here and like color code it, see your whole month with your weeks here. So there's lots of creative things you can do with these mini planners. But here is the horizontal and here is the vertical in the mini. All right, I wanted to pull our big 9x12 back up here and show you the mini next to it, just kind of how your week looks, how small the difference is in your week of your mini versus the full size and how your monthly looks. So if you're trying to make a decision, I hope that this little size comparison next to each other can be helpful. Let's look at the horizontal. Here is your full size horizontal and here is your mini. So you can see next to it the size difference in those weekly boxes, but the same layout and everything there. And then the monthlies, the same as a vertical, of course. All right, last big planner we're going over. Then we have the simple planner and the pen pouches, but definitely not least, this portrait planner was just launched at their academic year launch and it completely sold out. Laurel was saying how they already had to place their order for this launch before they even launched them at academic year. And so they weren't sure how many to order. So they only got it in this cover and not nearly enough, she said, for this launch. And so they have already placed another order because they know these will sell out because it's only in one cover choice. You can pick Sunday or Monday start. They've already replaced another order in this cover from the academic launch. This is a beautiful cover. And these will come in either, I can't remember what they said, September or October. It will say that on their website when these are coming. And that will be for calendar year 2. It's just they know these are going to sell out because they didn't order enough. Or if you just prefer this cover better, you can see when it's coming on their site. It will be listed there. But this is a beautiful cover. Look at this. Look at the inside. These are 2 of my favorite prints on the inside here. And once again, it comes with your 2 rulers and they were improved over the Portrait Planner launch. I think they said from the last launch because I don't have them stuck in that other planner to see, but they are made the full size of the planner now, the length of it. So it comes with your 2 rulers. And when your planner is open, this is the edge you are going to see there. So beautiful. I love the edge of this one. Let's look at what the Portrait Planner is all about. The Portrait Planner is just a portrait way of seeing your month and your week at the same time instead of their landscape way. So hence the name Portrait Planner. A couple of changes were made from their initial launch. They added this line on the outside to kind of box it in. So that was one thing they did that they liked and wanted to improve on. And they added this box around here too. I think it was just a floating dot grid and they more wanted it to seem boxed in there. Yeah, so if you had the previous one, it just didn't quite have that box around it here. This was a little bit floating. So just box those in there. You know, every iteration of a planner, I love it how they're just going to tweak it and improve on it. You have your next month at a glance here, your monthly to-do list. You have a lot of header room here, which I personally love because it leaves you room for washi tape or stickers, or you could have put a quote up there or motivation, or it could be your top 3 goals for the month, or you can just rewrite the month really big for those of you that can write script beautifully. So I love having that header room up there to be able to add color and decoration to your month. Then you have 5 habit trackers for the month here, 4 boxes for categories of different lists or things that you're keeping track of for the month. Then you have a dot grid space for more lists for the month. And here are your weeklies. Your weeklies line up exactly with your monthly boxes here. So once again, you're seeing your entire month. You've got more room to write in your monthly boxes here than in the landscape planner. And you have more room here for your daily to-do list or for your condensed time washi tape. Let's put that on here. So for your condensed washi, you could start at 7 a.m. and you could go until 10 p.m. if you needed to have this as a timed hourly planner and you either want to use it for time blocking or you just have a lot of appointments. So that is definitely an option in this planner, or this can just be your to-do list. And once again, all your Thursdays line up, all your Fridays, you choose Sunday or Monday start, and then they line up there. I mean, this planner design, when it came out, it blew my mind. I would have never thought of this layout. And then more room for your monthly list down here. So that is the portrait planner, you guys. I'd love to hear which one's your favorite, the landscape or the portrait. And then at the end of this planner, you have 2026 at a glance once again. You have yearly wins and yearly lessons, all the same things. You have 4 pages of the graph grid and 4 pages of the dot grid and the same summing up boxes, gratitude, happy moments, hobbies. Look, beautiful pocket pattern carried over to the back and the kind of vintagey looking coil. Now, yes, a question I get a lot is, yeah, the planner is thinner up here and thicker at the bottom, but you guys, I have used and tried all her planners and it doesn't cause a big problem. You just get used to it. It's really not even an issue that I've had to get used to, really. You have your half pages here, and then it goes thinner to this side. But there is just not an issue with writing for me. All right, we are gonna wrap us up with this monthly simple planner is only $20. Like I said, it was a request to bring it back. It only comes in this one cover, which is Be Still, a really calming blue, 2025 up there in gold foiling and the Laurel Denise label on the back. It is sewn with hot pink thread, which I love because that's their brand color that is brought into things. And then a beautiful blue, vibrant blue in here. Your nameplate page, your 2025 year at a glance here with your goals and things to remember and your holidays, special dates and events. This is all your amazing 80-pound paper still. And then look how huge these monthly boxes are, you guys. If you just need a monthly planner, you need Sunday or Monday start. You have a huge header up here, your previous month and your next month at a glance. Big boxes, the same format with holidays at the bottom, a dot grid for your note section. This is just such a great big monthly planner. And honestly, these are hard to find with good 80-pound paper sewn, and especially the option of a Monday start. Like, I can't even think of another one like this that you could find. I think this is such a great product to have and lays completely flat. And you just need that monthly planning and like a thin little portable book. And then you have a couple of lined pages, 6 lined pages at the back, and that is it. This is a really thick coated cover. I think it will hold up for you the whole year. And like if you were bringing it in a bag or something, you could literally stick like a binder clip around it. Just such a great portable monthly planner. And it is 8.5 by 11, like a standard paper size. All right, to wrap us up, let's look at my favorite pen pouches of all time. Like I said, I already have 2 of these in previous patterns and 1 of these, and they are in use in my home on the constant and also when I travel. I love the hot pink on the inside with the pattern because that's that brand color with a pop. But look, I have a whole handful of pens, a whole nother handful of pens, and that is not even gonna fill up this bag. 2 massive handful of pens, and I could fit another one in there. The zipper functions so well. It is beautiful and thick gold. I love the feel. There's like texture to this bag. It feels like a canvas with the design printed on it, the evergreen across the bottom, the Laurel Denise label, and the hot pink pop there on each end. Just so well made. There's not another pen pouch like it, and I love mine because also when it's open, it's really easy to find things in it. It's even long enough to fit tombos, and since there's room at the extra, at the end, you could throw in washies at the end, you could throw in scissors. It's just, and it fits in a travel backpack so well. This little pen pouch holds an amazing amount for how small it is. You also have your hot pink pop in this one. It is also like that canvas exterior. I have 9 pens here that I counted, and they're just standard like Pentel Energels, Sarasa pens. So I wanted to pick standard. There are 9 in there. I could fit more, 9, 10. So for how small it is, you can fit a lot, 11, 12, and it can easily shut. 12 pens fit really well in there. This fits around any planner. Laurel even says she stretches it to fit around, their planners, because whatever you stretch it to though, then it might loosen up over time if you're stretching it every day. So just, know that. But such a good zipper, a leather pull on this one, her leather emblem. They look classy, but they also function really well and they feel good in hand. I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating that these are my favorite pen pouches of all times. And both designs are needed because they both do different things. So if you were picking up a planner, I would not hesitate for one moment to pick these up if you love one of the patterns, because then their patterns are not redone in the pen pouches. They come out with new patterns every launch. So if you love one of these patterns, pick it up. This one, I think, it's an amazing bargain that it is only $20. The quality on this, I can't get over, this is only $20 for this massive pen pouch. And this one is $25. So when you're picking up your planner, do not hesitate on these. I have never heard from anyone. All I've heard from people is, I'm so glad you told me how much you love the pen pouch because I love it too. And I'm so glad I got it. That's all I've heard from people. All right, guys, that wraps us up. Thank you for sticking with me. This is such a fun video for me to make. I mean, just imagine receiving this box. Chime in down below with your favorite Laurel Denise cover or your favorite pen pouch. I would love to hear in the comments. We can all chat down there. If you are making a purchase, do not forget to use my discount code. Amanda's Favorites will give you 10% off every single purchase all year long at Laurel Denise. And I have an affiliate link. Thanks for being here with me. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. Have a good week, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.